Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm going to be trying out the Hydrating Primer from the brand Shades by Shan. And this is a product I just got in my March 2022 Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. So if you have not seen that unbagging video yet, it is up here on my YouTube channel. And I'm really excited that this is a hydrating primer. I just washed my face so that I could have a clean skin to try this out on, and my skin is very dry. It's starting to get that tight feeling, and especially on my chin, I can see some dry texture. So I'm really excited to see if this actually is as hydrating as it claims. It's also cruelty-free, vegan, paraben-free. And I love that this brand is charitable. It says a portion of the proceeds from this purchase goes to help single parents in need through the Mama Berries Foundation. And this primer retails for $26. I like the aesthetic of this brand. And so it's the squeezy type of packaging. And so I'm just going to apply this to half of my face so that we can compare the difference. I'm going to just squeeze out a little bit. Oh wow, I'm kind of surprised that it looks like a lotion. No, it doesn't smell like anything. All right, so yes, just applying it to half of my face. Ooh, maybe I took too much. Let's see. Yeah, it looks and feels like a thin lotion. So a little does go a long way. It spreads out and blends pretty far, but it really does feel like I'm applying my moisturizer. So immediately it does look and feel hydrating. Any dryness in my skin is gone, both visibly and the way it feels. It does feel a little tacky, which I like. It feels plump. And so there is that little visible difference in just the fact that this side looks a little bit more hydrated, a little less matte, but that's really the only visible difference I'm seeing. Like my pores look the same, the color of my skin, like it doesn't have any skin changing appearance. So it really does remind me pretty much of just applying a moisturizer. But now I'm going to put my foundation on top and we'll be able to put it to that test. So I'm going in with the LA Colors Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigment Foundation. And this is the foundation that I review all of my primers with. And so I'm just going to quickly apply the foundation to the side of my face without the primer, because that way we'll have it to compare to, and I don't want to mix in any of the primer onto this side accidentally. But this is a great foundation to review primers with because it really does change depending on how my skin is underneath. So it's probably going to look pretty matte on this side of my face right now. But if my skin is glowy underneath, hydrated or not, or textured, I'll be able to tell with this foundation. Okay, so the foundation is applied now to the side of my face without the primer. And all of those call-outs that I was making beforehand of how my skin looked is still prevalent with the foundation. So dry texture, especially on my chin here, like a little of that flaking skin, and how my skin, when it gets dry, it feels tight. It looks tight, like the foundation looks tight on my skin, which is kind of weird. Like, you know, like around my nose, it looks like the little lines, like it's like just like tight and it's like pulling. And then especially like the smile lines around my mouth, and very matte, almost like a powder finish, just no moisture or dewiness or glow going on at all. But okay, now for the side with the primer. Let's hope for some improvement in how my skin is looking. You know what's weird? The foundation is looking a little patchy on top of this primer. Like as I'm trying to blend, it's almost like the primer is moving a bit, kind of bunching in areas, causing that patchy, uneven look compared to the side without the primer where it's at least even, no patchiness. So now that the foundation is applied with the primer versus without it, it just looks heavier on the side of my face with the primer, especially on my cheek here. It looks cakier, more noticeable foundation, and I feel like it looks more textured. It's definitely looking very matte. It doesn't look any more hydrated. My skin is looking very tight still. The only improvement is on my chin where I do have that like dry, visible flaking skin on the side without the primer. With the primer, there is none of that dry flaking skin. So it almost really is just as if I had applied a moisturizer. But the primer qualities of making my foundation look better, smoother, I'm really not seeing. And even like my smile lines, there is creasing happening on the side with the primer still. So I'm just not seeing the benefits to using this primer. I was hoping my skin would look less matte, less tight, and it really doesn't. If anything, it looks worse, looks cakier, heavier foundation, and that is not the look I want to go for. So I am bummed that this primer does not seem to be worth using, and I really do think that primers make a difference and are worth putting in your makeup routine, but this primer does not support that idea. Like, it's fine, I guess, to use as a moisturizer, but I still would want to use a different primer on top that would actually improve the look of my foundation and my makeup. So if you have tried this out, I would love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments down below, because everyone's skin is different and maybe this worked better or worse for you, and so I'm very curious to hear about it. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day, and I will see you tomorrow in my next video.